Alrighty, welcome back everybody. Thank you all for being so patient with me for not posting Smite videos in a little bit. I kind of needed that break. It felt good. I feel more energized and everything. So I have a whole list of things to do and requests and everything, so I'll be trying to get to that. One of them was ZHONG KUI. Now I've done a ZHONG KUI conquest build. It's like 108 or something, and then another ZHONG KUI like 78 or something like that. So I learned some new things about ZHONG KUI to put in this video, and some other items, additional items besides the ones you see here that could be good for you as well. First things first, the ZHONG KUI is not played that much often, but he can be really good if you have a pretty well balanced team that has CCs and everything. So let's jump right into it. So his cooldowns without cooldown reduction, it's like 10 seconds for his 1 and 2 and like 15 or whatever, or 18 for his 3. And then of course 90 seconds for his ulti. So having some cooldown reduction is going to help you out, especially because you have to rotate using your, I think it's 1 and 2 to extract the souls from the minion waves, and then you kind of want to use it for team fights. So having cooldown reduction is a pretty good idea. Now if you are in conquest, if I can speak too, if you are in conquest, cooldown reduction may not be that big of a deal, but in other game modes it is a little bit more, because you have to keep using a 1 or 2 to clear lanes, get the souls, build yourself up, and then also use it for team fights. So cooldown reduction is going to be nice, but we don't need that much cooldown reduction. It's really honestly up to you, but I'm going to prefer to go pin boots and then Chronos pin as my second item. Now this is a pretty public question. Chronos Pendant versus Breastplate of Valor. If you're fighting it against physicals that are giving you a hard time, or specific gods that can shut you down, or whatever the case may be, go for Breastplate of Valor. Yeah, you're not gonna have that much power, but at least you could be tanky enough on top of your stacks with your passive. So that could work out well. If the physical gods are not giving you a hard time at all, or there's no physical gods at all, of course go Chronos Pendant. As far as Assault, I would start Chronos Pendant first because of reasons like the MP5 is really high magical power and really good cooldown reduction all in one item at a fairly good price. So yeah, moving on. Next, we may want some little bit of lifesteal. It's kind of up to you on how early do you want lifesteal. Like, it's the third item slot. It's like lifesteal or penetration. It's kind of up to you. But both you will end up getting. I prefer Bancroft Talon. Works out really well with ZHONG KUI. High power, high lifesteal, and the passive works out great because people are going to try to kill you when you're using your ulti. It's a huge just cluster when you use your ulti in a big team fight. So the more they hurt you, the more your ghost, your ulti is going to do more damage. So it works out really well having Bancroft Talon for him. Next up, as you see, Spear of Magus. This works out really well because ZHONG KUI has a lot of damage over times from his 1, his ulti, and all that fun stuff. So you can easily apply those passive debuffs from the Spear of Magus onto your enemies and just lower their magical protection by a lot. So that works out really great for him. Rod to Hootie. Obvious reasons. And then finally, Gem of Isolation. It's a pretty great item for ZHONG KUI as well. You can pick this up earlier if you want to get tanky earlier. It's really up to you on this order. It's all up to you. The passive on Gem of Isolation is going to slow all the enemies that are getting hit by your ulti. So it'd be pretty easy to chase them down, with that. And also you get, tankiness with HP, mana, and whatever. So other good items. You can go a little bit more tanky, like tanky ZHONG KUI can, like bruiser, basically bruiser ZHONG KUI can work. Some items to be, just build bruiser would be like Ethereal Staff. Stack up Ethereal Staff with Gem of Isolation because the HP complements each other with the passive of the Ethereal Staff. Stack items if you're doing Conquest. Warlock Sash works out really well for ZHONG KUI because you get all that HP. It's going to make you really tanky so you can take some hits when you go into your ulti form. That works out pretty well. Breastplate of Valor, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to get a little bit more tanky. If you're worried about getting CC'd, I forgot how, ZHONG KUI, he's not full CC during his ulti. I don't think he's that way anymore. I believe he's immune to slows and roots. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, Magi's Blessing could help it out there. Actives. So, I think somebody told me about this, or something of the sorts. You can pop your ulti first, and then pop this Aegis Pendant So that way you'll be immune to damage, but your ulti is still going off, and I can show you guys that combo after this. And you may want to go with the top right, Aegis. You won't be CC immune, but you can't take any damage, so you can just freely run around, you know, using your ulti, and that could work out pretty well. And also as another active, getting one of these curses can, like, if you get this early enough, you know, before you jump of isolation, this will basically act as you jump of isolation early if you get this early. You know, go in, pop the curse, pop your ulti, and then pop your Aegis, then you're just like free running around and doing damage and slowing everybody down and giving them hell, so that can work out that way as well. So let's go ahead and go to Robot real quick. So our power is sitting pretty nice at 575. Not too bad at all. I don't have any stacks. I got like one stack or whatever. So let's go ahead. Just gonna let him blind us first. Let him get all that stuff out of him. Okay, so use our curse, use our ulti, and then use our Aegis. As you see, ulti is still doing damage, and we don't take damage at all. And spook him one last time, and he's gone. So that's how that kind of works out. It's a neat little trick. Feel free to use it if you want. I'm not gonna. I think that pretty much. Let's go. Let's do a little bit more damage testing here. Let's use our 1 and 2 combo. Not too bad at all. So that's gonna wrap it up for the video. Hope this helps you guys out in playing ZHONG KUI. He's a pretty cool guy. So see you guys next time. Peace.